Hey, this is Frank Yost, the CEO of Hard Ketones and sister company Ketonaid. I thought I had some extra time on vacation. The kids are, getting ready for the airport, and we had some time to kill. So I thought I'd do a walking tour explanation of Hard Ketones. It's kind of a confusing thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to compensate you for listening to the whole thing by putting a little bonus thing at the end for you. So it's kind of like a timeshare where they, have you sit in a meeting to get like a free Disney tour, but without all the high pressure sales stuff at the end. All right, so this is a real buzz with no booze. Isn't this place gorgeous though, by the way? I figured it'd be a better setting than like some office setting. So it's a real buzz with no booze, and also no THC, no weed, no kava, and no kratom. Those are kind of the other alternative drinks that people might take as an alcohol alternative. Can you see there the Santa? So let's go over those real quickly. Kava is another alcohol alternative option that's been around for a few years, or tens of thousands of years, they like to say in their advertising, but it's been more popular with kava bars in the last 5 years. Kind of tastes like mud and is weaker than our drink, I would say. Then there's kratom. Kratom is a much stronger than our stuff, but that is a heroin alternative. It helps people get off of heroin. It's related to the heroin molecule. So if you're not in, I think I'm gonna get away from this wind, but it's so pretty over there. Look at that. I wanted to go over there. So if you're not already on heroin trying to get off, it's not something you want to start. It's highly addictive. You can go ahead and search for lawsuits around kratom drinks. They're popular and they're selling well, but you do not want to get started with this. So this ingredient is called Ketohol. We call it Ketohol. It's a patented ingredient. Just got a patent about a month ago. R13-butanediol is the chemical name of the ingredient. And it's kind of weird. It has this ketogenic property, but you don't need to be ketogenic. So when you consume it, it actually turns into ketones in the system. But let's back up a little bit. How did this molecule get discovered, and why haven't you seen it before? And then we're also going to go over price. Why do some people think that it's really expensive? We're going to go over taste and buzz. Those are the three things that everyone cares about. So this molecule, R13-butanediol, was initially considered by some researchers for therapeutic purposes. So it'll raise your blood ketones, meaning that you drink the drink and you can test your blood just like a glucose. Diabetic might test their blood glucose sugar levels. They can test their ketone levels. So they considered this drink for therapeutic purposes because there's a lot of benefits of ketones going to your brain. But the problem was, this is via Dr. Veach, my wife's godfather, who explained to me that both the ketone ester, which he ultimately settled on, and R13-butanediol will help raise blood ketones. But then I asked, hey, why not just give R13-butanediol? It's a starting material for the ketone ester, costs a lot less than the ketone ester, which is another step of preparation. And he said the mice were stumbling. The mice were drunk. That's pretty much it. So they discarded that as a potential therapeutic ingredient. I then took it out of the trash can and said, I think some people might want that. Now, it's not our goal to have people get drunk. Our goal is to be in that 1 to 2 drink buzz state. And so the R13-butanediol gets processed in the liver, and it gets converted ultimately to R-D-beta hydroxybutyrate, basically ketones. And along the way, it converts to a 4-carbon version, if you want to get really technical on the science side, a 4-carbon version of acetaldehyde. So regular ethanol, which is in beer, vodka, wine, it converts to a 3-carbon acetaldehyde, and that's the toxin. That's what's really creates the morning hangovers, just destroys the body. That's what's super toxic. So this converts to a far, far less toxic, like say 80, 90% less toxic ingredient. And then that's just a quick step before it turns into R-beta hydroxybutyrate. And the side effect is a buzz. So it's an amazing, amazing molecule. Our hope is that it really will make regular alcohol obsolete. The only difference is the price. So let's talk about the price. Yeah, it's expensive. It might seem like you're making a killing. You make more money when you can get the price lower and sell more volume, because it's all in the volume. So we're trying to price it as low as we can. It used to be $1,000 per gram. $1,000 per gram for this stuff. So yeah, the price went down significantly, and we put up to 17 grams in one of these cans. So yeah, it's a 12 pack is $80, and that seems like a huge amount for some people, but we'll go into, you know, the value aspect of that. So that's the price. Now let's talk about value. If you don't have an alcohol problem and you can drink 5, 10, 20 White Claws and wake up in the morning and be fine and rinse and repeat the next day, you know, then this drink is not for you. This is for people that are trying to cut back on alcohol completely, or they've already cut back on alcohol. We have a lot of recovering alcoholics that have been 6 months, 1 year, 2 years sober, or no, 10 years sober, and they are able to embrace this without triggering them. So if you have no problems with alcohol, then yeah, why not have a less expensive. Oh, hey, look, Tate, say hi.
Hello.
Photobomb. I was like, what is that under my foot? Is that a cat? So yeah, this is all unscripted, ad-lib, but you get paid for this. At least you get paid some stuff if you watch the whole thing and hear the whole story. So the value, if you don't have an alcohol problem, then definitely don't get this drink. Or if you're trying to cut back and if you don't value being healthier, then yeah, just stop drinking alcohol and just drink water. So let's talk about the value proposition. So this drink, because it converts to ketones, actually lowers your desire to eat food, but also to even drink itself. So people find that they drink 2 or maybe 3 and they're just content. They don't need more. We actually just increased, we could have dropped the amount of Ketohol per drink and then dropped the price so it looks lower in price. But we actually increased the amount of Ketohol per can by 40% recently and kept the price the same. So it's actually kind of like a huge price drop, but not, people don't really realize that. They just think, you know, 12 cans, certain fixed price, and that's that. So if let's say you're regularly drinking a 6-pack of beer, let's say $2 each for the beer, and that's $12. If you're able to just drink 2 of these for the same $10, then you know you're ahead, and you don't have the hangovers and all the negative side effects, but you still get that social lubrication. So what is that worth? Is that worth, you know, that's a 1-for-1, you know, price and value. So the next thing, let's say you can use it to skip dinner. If you can use it to skip dinner, so you take it home, you take it after work, you skip dinner, that saves another, you know, $15, $20. What is that worth? Yeah. And then if you are able to, you know, not have those extra calories, what would it take you to, you know, burn off those calories? What is that worth? So then, not having a hangover in the morning, what's that worth? $2, $3, $4? All these things start adding up, and then people start seeing the value of it, and they say, "Wow, there's no other alternative that will do what this does for less money. Otherwise, we just wouldn't exist." I mean, you can try other things. Tyrosine is a great supplement to try by yourself. L-theanine is a great supplement. Ashwagandha works over 30 days. A lot of these functional drinks will put ashwagandha in. They don't do anything acutely, apparently. There's no clinical trials on that. Well, there's 30 clinical trials showing that it does work over 30 days. So they put it in these drinks just because people, the marketing of it, people think the ashwagandha helps. Doesn't do anything. It's the L-theanine that does stuff. But it maxes out at 200. You take more than 200 and it does nothing. So you might try, you know, those options, but there's nothing else in existence that comes close to that. So let's talk about taste. So the Ketohol ingredient itself is pretty dang nasty. We might even do a TikTok challenge where we send people some of the raw stuff and then send them our stuff, or even send any of the haters that thought that our drink was horrible, have them try the raw stuff, try our drink again, and then they'll be like, "Wow, bravo! Like this was, you know, an amazing cover-up." Even the first year and a half, I will admit that the drinks weren't that good. We were targeting the ketogenic world, so people that can't drink any alcohol, even vodka soda would kick them out of ketosis. So for them, it was exponentially more valuable. We're talking about value. Keto people even more so, but you don't need to be keto for this. So the first year and a half, it was, you know, okay for what it was, but the taste, it wasn't great for mainstream. Now, once we made the pina colada, we actually had to discontinue all the other drinks because it was so much better than the other stuff. Finally, we were able to, after a few months, reformulate the mule. The first few batches of the ginger mule were not that great, but the more recent one that actually has 40% more, we were able to get the lime up in the drink, and it tastes pretty dang good. Now, if you don't like a ginger mule, you're not going to like this drink. And then we have a G&T now. If you don't like G&T, you're not going to like this drink. It's low on the sweetness side, or as low as we can make it. That's the goal. But if you're comparing it to a bar-made ginger mule with 20 grams of sugar, it's just not going to. The bar-made stuff with regular alcohol that you recognize is going to taste better. So you got to get used to the funk. I also want to manage expectations because we guarantee the product, so we will refund you if you don't like it. So if I go on here and say this is the most amazing, this tastes better than any high sugar mocktail and has no sugar carb, then you're just gonna want a refund. And if you notice in the comments, people say that if they don't like the drink, I actually find their name and I refund them, and they often comment back, "Hey, I didn't ask for a refund." I was like, "Yeah, but we don't want your money if you don't like it. We want people to see the value, the benefit, and some people, do like the taste." The pina colada for me is the favorite. The ginger mule, not much of a ginger fan, but some people say that they prefer the ginger mule over the other ones. So it's hit or miss. The other thing about taste is, the taste buds are drastically different from person to person. One person will try a regular Coke and spit it out. Another person will try a LaCroix and be like, "Oh, this is disgusting." And somebody else will try a Diet Coke, spit it out. So taste buds are drastically different per person. The goal is to actually make this a yummy taste that you would want to continue getting. And we have people on subscription that are getting these month after month, getting entire bulk cases of this. So there are people that like it, but there are people that don't like it. And if you don't like it, they tend to run to the comments and be like, "This is horrible." We also found that 1 out of 10 people are hyper tasters. There's something with their taste buds that just makes them taste this ingredient exponentially worse. And we have actually one of those tasters in our office. Her name is Ashley. So whenever we're doing flavoring and testing stuff, and the consensus is that everyone likes it, I always say, "But what did Ashley think?" Because it just comes through for her. She can taste it where other people, it gets covered up. So if you're one of those 10, sorry about that. Maybe that means you're smarter or something. I don't know. So let's talk about the buzz. People say that it's a cross between marijuana and alcohol. So it's best on the first attempt to take 2 or 3 cans. Now people might say, "Oh, well, that's going to make it really expensive." Yeah, but the idea is not to do that every time. The idea is to really make sure that it works, or that the buzz is real. Because some people will just take one and then they feel a little bit better, and they're like, "Okay, well, maybe it's just me, and I felt good last Thursday. Maybe it's just it's placebo, whatnot." You take 2 or 3, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that was real." And then the next time when you have that 1 or 2, you'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is real. This is starting to be what I felt last time, and I'll just stop here." It doesn't give you that craving like a bag of chips to have one more. This one bar owner called me and said, I gave him the spiel, and I said, "But it will reduce appetite, make them drink less." And he was like, I don't know if I want to give a drink that's going to make them not want to drink subsequent drinks. And I was like, well, that's what it does. So, but maybe these people are looking to get off of alcohol, so they would have otherwise drank a whole bunch of club sodas. You probably would be better with a few drinks of this instead of club sodas, right? So they are going to try it. And if you are a bar owner or a liquor store, we are taking orders directly. People are calling us left and right saying that people are actually walking into their stores asking for the product. So if you're one of those people walking into the stores asking for it, thank you very much. Keep it up. Keep on asking them for stuff. We do have a store locator on the website, but for the most part, we're not in many stores, so don't expect that. We sell it direct on our website. We can also sell some cans that can be shipped faster via Amazon, but Amazon takes 20%, so we charge extra on Amazon. So you could start on Amazon, but then switch over to our website and then put it on a subscription for even less. So we talked about the buzz, the taste, the value. That's pretty much it. So here, what's the payback? So if you comment on here, amazing video, on whatever channel, TikTok, YouTube, whatever I posted this on, I will send you a free can to try. Now this is just for the taste, so you might not be able to feel it, but some people, we had one commenter on Amazon say that 220-pound person, he felt it with half a can, but that's very, very rare. Usually it's 1 or 2. So comment amazing video and then DM us, or we'll DM you to send you a free can. Thanks for listening, and I think that's it. Oh yeah, this offer is valid for the first 20 people that comment per platform. Otherwise, 10 years from now, I'm going to be having to send out drinks and stuff. So thanks a lot. We also have a beer coming soon, and also a champagne.